Hey, what is going on, you guys? It is Mr. No Sleep here from Old School RuneScape, and welcome to a brand new video for you all today. Today, I bring you guys a video from one of my alternate accounts that I made a few months ago. This is Say No Sleep, and as you can see, I did get 99 prayer already. This was about 2 weeks ago, and now I am venturing onwards. We got 99 fire making happening here. Shout out to everybody in World 309, mainly all my alternate accounts and a few friends, but yeah, it was nice to get another 99 done, all from U-logs for the most part while bonfiring at the GE. And that's where the inspiration for today's video comes from. All the time that I spent at the Grand Exchange these last few months doing skilling on different accounts, I noticed two things. Number one, there's a lot of people at the Grand Exchange that drop a bunch of random items throughout the day. There's also so many drop parties that go on as well. So that made me want to do a video about picking up items at the Grand Exchange, which is coming soon. But then there was a unique item that I kept seeing, and it was burnt fish. Burnt karambwans, burnt shark, burnt trout, you name it, it was burnt and it was on the ground. So I decided that I was going to start picking up all of this burnt food and see what I can do with it. So that's where today's video comes in. Today, ladies and gentlemen, as you've been seeing on screen, we have been training up the cooking level right after we finished with 99 fire making, and I have finally obtained 85 cooking. Now I'm going to be purchasing raw dark crabs, and I'm going to see how many raw dark crabs I can cook and burn in a time span of 10 hours. Now, since I'm 85 cooking, I will also be purchasing Chef's Delight, which is a marvelous drink that gives you +5 cooking boost. So I can start cooking these dark crabs right away, even though I'm 5 levels shy of the actual requirement. Well, there's 15,000 raw dark crabs purchased at around 25.6 mil, as well as 1,000 Chef's Delight purchased at around 390k. So if we round up with that, we can say that I'm spending about 26 mil. I don't think that I'll go through all these dark crabs in Chef's Delight, but let's just price check everything that we have at the end of the 10 hour, and we'll see how much money I can make from cooking dark crabs starting at 85 cooking. As you can see on screen there's the 90 requirement, so that's where our drink comes in. So I'm simply going to be depositing everything and withdrawing 1 Chef's Delight and 27 raw dark crabs, and I'll be able to cook them right away since our cooking level is at 90. Starting that 10-hour timer and understanding that even though our cooking level will go to 89 throughout this inventory, it won't stop me. Nothing can stop me from burning these fish. That's correct. You can just keep on going until your inventory runs out, and you simply just repeat the process after that. Just another Chef's Delight in that inventory, a quick little sip, and then you start cooking these dark crabs. Obviously, throughout this video, even though I will be burning a majority of these dark crabs because I am using an open fire, not a range, not a stove, and a big shout out to one of my alternate accounts for having that fire lit this whole time. And on top of that, I'm not using a cooking cape. I am also not using cooking gauntlets. So there is no boost here. There is no benefits to anything that I'm doing other than just the most basic way of cooking dark crabs. Now, I mentioned earlier that I did spend about 7 days picking up all of the burnt food and burnt fish that was around me while I was doing bonfiring and crafting. And this on screen here is all of the burnt food and burnt items that I gathered. And as you can see, they did sell for a surprising amount of money. After spending so much time at the Grand Exchange, I did learn that burnt food does have value, and the more obscure the item or fish or meat, the more valuable it is. Even camel dung is worth up to 100k or something crazy like that. So yeah, it's just the items that you can't find on the Grand Exchange do hold value in this game. Alright, well, that is the very first hour of the 10 completed. Let's go ahead and check out how many dark crabs I was able to cook versus how many I was able to burn. Well, checking out the bank here, it looks like I was able to cook 1,005 and I was able to burn 272. And there's 86 cooking, which now means anytime I drink that Chef's Delight, I'll be 91 cooking. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wait until I get down to 90 cooking, and then I will start cooking the inventory again. Now, as time goes on, obviously this gets more and more challenging, and you spend more time waiting than you do cooking, because if you're trying to aim for the lowest cooking level, you have to wait for your character to go back to that cooking level from the boost. So the big concern here for me is like it's just not really worth it to spend all that time waiting, especially since the price of raw dark crab and cooked and even burnt are very similar to each other. So just keep that in mind if you are going to go out of your way to burn food. If you're going to try to boost your way to do it, just kind of strategize how you're going to go about that, because I think you can choose a different route and probably just keep on cooking them and not really worry too much about being boosted up, and you're still going to end up making money either way. If anything, collecting your burnt food and saving it to sell it later, that's just kind of saving money and you're not going to lose as much. The way I see it, if you're going to be cooking fish, you're most likely going to be making good money just from the action of cooking it. So why not just keep the burnt fish as well and sell that just to make extra cash? So yeah, it's a very nice method with anything that pertains to cooking. I did take a little bit of a break because of the, just waiting for those boosts to go down. That was just so annoying. So I did a little bit of crafting. I think I got up to 85. I'll probably do 90 next week when I can find the clicking time. Also, while I was here, I do want to point out a lure at the Grand Exchange. Be very careful of random items spawning at the Grand Exchange. They eventually lead you to this area here, and then the hope is that you jump across the ditch without thinking there's a PKer, but there's always a PKer and you will die. So yeah, be very careful, guys. Sometimes if it's too good to be true, it most likely is too good to be true. Luckily for me though, I did grab about 600k in items, so I'll take that. Well, here we are 4 hours into the video today. So I just want to point out that burnt dark crabs are worth about 2k a piece. So that's not too bad. Now, burnt sharks, they're not worth anywhere near 2k. I'm actually not sure what the price of burnt sharks are, but luckily there is a Discord that's all about burnt food purchasing and selling. So I will link that in the description below if I get their permission. And I'll also be leaving in the description below just a bunch of information about this whole process of burning food. And yeah, over time I will be updating that description just to give you guys the inside scoop and all the insight about this type of thing. Sometimes it's harder to explain things rather than just typing them out, kind of more of an informative way for you guys, because this whole thing is based on what kind of fish you have and what value it has. For example, I picked up 18 burnt eels, and to my surprise, I think they were 6 or 7k a piece. So who would think that such a strange fish would be worth that much, right? But then you have burnt dark crabs only being 2k. I'm not sure of the price of things like burnt cake or burnt bread, you know what I mean? Like there's so many items that you can burn that I didn't look into. So yeah, again, I will leave all the information I can in the description below. And I think actually a few other YouTubers have covered this in the past. I want to say Flipping Old School did, and probably a few others. So yeah, this is no new thing in the game, but I sure did not know as much as I know about it now. And I just think it's really cool. So I wanted to share this video with you guys. And also, I mean, I'm going to get 99 cooking on this account anyway. So I figured this was an interesting way to go about doing it. I will be cooking dark crabs for the remainder of the goal of 99 cooking, and whatever I have at the very end of it as it goes for the burnt stack, I will somehow show you guys. Maybe I'll make another video about this. I know that I'll be doing more videos in the Grand Exchange related to picking up items soon, so maybe I'll give you guys an update in that video regarding my burnt collection, because I still to this day do pick up any burnt item that I see on the ground. And although my friend just buys them from me directly because he knows most of the people in the Discord that deal with this type of thing, and he just sells them for a little bit of profit on his end. There's actually a lot of people that normally do hop worlds and try to buy burnt food, but just understand they are undercutting you, they're underpaying so that they can just flip it for more. So make sure you know who you're selling to and make as much money as you can. And with all that being said, ladies and gentlemen, 10 hours of burning dark crabs has been completed. It looks like we managed to get a few cooking levels. Go ahead and go do the overall price check once I sell everything, and we'll see how much XP I gained in 10 hours as well. Well, from my calculations, from the start to the end, I got about 1.3 million cooking XP with an additional 6k on top. So that's not the greatest, 130k an hour. And the reason it was so low is because, again, I would be boosted up to 93 cooking, and I would wait until I would be all the way down to 90 to start cooking that inventory. So yeah, again, strategize how you're going to go about burning your food if you decide to do this for money. But the real question is, did we lose any money doing this? I mean, was this free cooking basically with no gauntlets required, no cape required, and not even having the level required? So we're going to go ahead and sell everything. Remember, we started the video with 26 mil in the inventory. So let's see how much money we have after selling everything except the burnt dark crabs. All right, overall, we have 24.5 million GP. Now we're going to go ahead and sell my burnt dark crabs to a friend of mine. And we have 1,566 total in 10 hours. And that was starting at 85 cooking. And just like I said before, for exactly 2K a piece, we receive 3.1 mil, which means I made 1.6 mil from cooking dark crabs and burning dark crabs for 10 hours. Certainly not the best results out there, just like this Inferno run. But at the end of the day, it's all about what you decide to cook and what you decide to burn. That will determine your profit. So this could be something that you could look into for maybe some side money, maybe something that you'll never consider doing. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Thank you so much for watching it. Big thank you to the YouTube channel members, with a special shout out to DeceptionZ, xXzoticx, DaeDogGaming, and Gentle Jester. And a big thank you to my friend Viper and Merchant for the video suggestion. Till next time, Mr. No Sleep, out.